Dark spots, hyperpigmentation, brown patches, all of those, no matter how they show up on our skin or our face, it can be tricky to figure out what products are going to work for us, especially if we have mature or sensitive skin. Fortunately, there are some really good over-the-counter products or acids that I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to tell you which ones, or which two actually, that dermatologists recommend the most and what to look for in today's video. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new and you're not familiar with who I am, I'm Chris. I'm a skincare expert here to help you find skincare products that will work for you, not empty your wallet, and not do more harm than good. So if that's something that you're interested in, please be sure and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so that you know when my new videos are out each week. Now, we all know that dark spots, brown spots, hyperpigmentation, all of that has to do with a collection of, or deposit of, or deposition of melanin in the upper layer of the skin. So it comes from the lower layers of the skin, usually happens because of a lot of sun exposure over the years, a lot of suntans, a lot of sunburns. We get these, and it can also be a function of the natural process of aging, along with some outside factors like little reminders that you had acne, like me, or from hormonal changes, and also things like melasma. Now, the key ways to fade these are using exfoliating skincare acids. We talk a lot about these on the channel all the time: kojic acid, glycolic acid, lactic acid, and of course the holy grail of all of them, the retinols or retinoids. All of those can work. But if you have mature or mature sensitive skin, sometimes those acids are too strong and they really don't agree with our skin chemistry. So what to do? I still say vitamin C, serum in the morning, and retinol at night are your best tools in the anti-aging toolkit for your skin. But these acids that I'm going to introduce you to today, there are two of them. May have heard of them, may not have heard of them. They are very powerful acids that work in a different way on the skin, making them much milder, much easier to tolerate across skin types, both oily and dry. So that means if you've been trying the other acids like glycolic acid and lactic acid and salicylic acid on their own and having a lot of issues with that, you're really going to like what I'm going to share with you today. The two skincare acids that I'm going to introduce you to today are Azelaic Acid and Tranexamic Acid. These two acids can help fade brown spots, reduce hyperpigmentation, and they've got a whole lot of pluses for skin on top of it. Now, these two skincare acids are acids I personally really didn't have a lot to do with because I, like many people, rely on the other glycolic, salicylic, and lactic acid because they work well for me. But both of these acids I've tested out over the last year and found them to be very, very effective and very, very mild. And you're really, really gonna like this. They're inexpensive, especially when compared to their AHA, BHA cousins. Now, they work so well and they're so much less expensive, they may actually make their more expensive cousins their more expensive ancestors. So let's first talk about azelaic acid. It's been around for a long time and only recently has gotten a lot of focus and a lot of attention, or at least more attention that it really deserves from skincare influencers in what it can do for your skin, mainly because of the way it impacts skin. Now, it does work in a similar fashion to help support cellular turnover, but it is not a true exfoliating acid. It's something that your skin produces anyway, so it accepts it, much like peptides. It's going to be able to absorb this acid without any irritation. It is so mild and such a great anti-inflammatory ingredient that it works very well for rosacea and eczema. I know, right? You would think we would hear a lot more about this. Now, when it is paired in a serum with things like niacinamide and a little bit of salicylic acid, it makes a really great serum for decongesting pores and helping reduce those dark spots. It also suppresses the transfer of melanin from the deeper layers of the skin to the surface of the skin. So that's sort of how it's functionally different than, say, like a glycolic acid, where its function is to exfoliate the outer layer of skin, revealing brighter, more even skin tone underneath. So azelaic acid very mild, works very, very well. And the product I've been testing is from Naturium, which is Susan Yara. You may know her on YouTube as well, who has a background in product formulations and suffers melasma and a lot of the things that azelaic acid actually helps with. So I chose this serum, which is the azelaic acid. It's a 10% solution with vitamin C and niacinamide, a really great multitasking type of serum. So if you've got mature sensitive skin, this is going to be a product that's going to get your vitamin C, your niacinamide, and azelaic acid for brown spot correction all in one serum. And she did a really great job with pricing. It's 20 bucks. That is so cheap for any kind of serum. And you guys know that I don't focus on brands and price. I focus on active ingredients and how well they work. And I got to tell you, this works very well for me. Now, I don't have any more skin inflammatory issues. I don't have acne anymore. However, I did notice that I had some leftover dark spots, like skin trauma from when a cigarette was put out in my face back in my 20s. You guys probably heard that story before on the channel. We'll tell that whole story another time. But that is a difficult spot for me to get rid of because it is skin trauma. And a lot of times skin trauma, just the melanin just keeps being reproduced by the skin. This really did help fade that spot out. You can't even see it. I couldn't really speak to the anti-inflammatory issues personally, although this azelaic acid has been proven over and over again to be great for rosacea and eczema flare-ups. But I got a mosquito bite. Yes, a mosquito bite while I was working on this video. And what you need to know about this is I'm very allergic to mosquito bites. Yeah, a friendly Florida mosquito was in the house and bit me while I was working. And I get not a little irritation, I get a huge knot that comes from these that can last 1 to 2 days. When I was a child, I used to really get eaten up with them. It was a big problem. Well, I had the azelaic acid on the desk and I thought, you know what? It's an anti-inflammatory. I wonder if this would work to get rid of the itch and the bump. So I applied it myself to the mosquito bite and guess what? In 10 minutes, it was gone. The redness was gone, the swelling was gone, and the itchiness was gone. It was better than any bug bite product I've ever used, like Afterbite. So I was impressed. Sorry, I know that sounds kind of silly, but that's very impressive to me. Someone who suffers an allergic reaction to this sort of thing to have a product work that well. Now, of course, it's not formulated or marketed by any means for bug bites, but it just speaks to the anti-inflammatory nature of this. And I was so impressed that I actually sent Susan Yara a message on Twitter saying, you know, this is a really great product. And I got to tell you, it works for mosquito bites. And she did respond saying, God, I never thought of that. So there you have it. It's a really good product. It's 20 bucks. Naturium is not the only one that has it. The Ordinary has azelaic acid, several other brands. They're all run from $12 to like $14. Again, this is a great $20 product, especially since it multitasks with vitamin C and niacinamide. So it's 3 products in one. Now, I will link to this product down in the video description box, like always, so you can check it out when you want to. So now let's talk about Tranexamic Acid, which is another skincare acid like azelaic acid that is not a true exfoliator of skin. It works a little bit differently. Now, this product or product ingredient was used or still used as a blood clotting ingredient. It's used in a lot of situations where people have bleeding problems. But what was discovered was that when it's applied to the outside of the skin as a topical, it really helps suppress that transfer of melanin pigment to the surface of the skin. And it sets the skin up to behave better or have better effects with other products like vitamin C serum and retinol. So applying tranexamic acid is going to help fade your brown spots, help fade hyperpigmentation, very helpful, just like azelaic acid is for things like melasma, but it's going to really help your vitamin C serum and your retinol work better, which are 2 exfoliating type acids that help take that outer layer skin cells off. So you're sort of working from the inside out and the outside in. Now you can get this acid again for about 20 bucks from skincare brands like Naturium, which again I recommend. Also skincare lines like the Inky List and Good Molecules have this particular type of acid, very inexpensive, $12 to $14. So if you have sensitive skin or mature sensitive skin and you just can't do it. You can't use glycolic acid, lactic acid, none of that stuff. It burns. It's just too much for your skin. Now you have an alternative that's going to work for you. It's mild anti-inflammatory, going to help soothe your skin, going to help reduce redness. And if you're like me, it's going to help reduce bumps from mosquito bites, and it's going to cost you $20 or less. Now, I hope this video has given you a couple of alternatives if this is one of your issues with these skincare acids. If it was helpful, please give it a like and comment below as always and let me know. And let me know what you're using that's working for you, because I do read all my comments and I would love to know. Also, be sure and check out the videos that are coming up next for me, because they will help you perfect your skincare routine to get your best skin ever. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. You know how much it means to me. Love you, stay beautiful, and I will see you over on that next video.